Welcome back, my gardening friends. Well, the hashtag greenhouse grow room build is almost at an end now. Well, it's never going to be at an end. There's always going to be a few changes, but it's awfully bright in here, awfully warm. So I just want to imagine summer working in here. We've got the shelves at the top which we could put our trailing tomatoes on, or we could have the cucumbers coming up and over. We've got shelving down here to bring on some of the younger seedlings. And my biggest issue is bumping my head and walking into stuff. Everything blends into itself. So we've got a post there, we've got a post here. I'm leaving this area in the middle free. That's all the shelving which can stay where it is because it's all been covered over with the foil. And we can still grow tomatoes here full height. And I must say, it's awfully hot. I'm not sure whether even the plants will stand it. So, just finishing these tomatoes off in here now, but they're going to pick the last few ripe tomatoes, and then these can stay outside again. So this area here will be for a few tomatoes, not too many, depending, and we'll see how we go. We'll start them off in the grow room with the lights, and then over the winter we can change this round. So flat pack, so I can actually remove this after the winter or put it back in after the summer. So we'll make a start on that. So that's all the shelving in, and the strip of wood there that's on this side, which is covered permanently because that will stay the same. And after doing the last video, when I started covering all these up, I thought, well, if I put these in sections like I've just put in, then I can remove all this side and utilise the growing space in the summer. If I don't need it, it doesn't matter, but at least I've got the option. I've left a gap there so cool fresh air can get in. So this little heater was gifted to me by one of my YouTube subscribers and now a good friend. He saw the potential, and basically it's just like a conservatory garage heater, and I've had it on really low power, and it's nice to touch, and when you've got it full on it burns you. So I should be able to get the right sort of temperature in this new growing space during the cooler months. So the heater's in, and now the lights are in. Now these are just ordinary fluorescent tubing that I've robbed from the garage. I've had to turn the lights off because it's flickering, so I don't want to do too much flickering just at the moment. But hopefully, as I said before, the top one's a lot wider than the bottom shelf, so the light possibly wouldn't have been blocked by that anyway, but the light can get right down into that corner there. Now if I'd have had the shelf further out, then we would have lost the light. So that shelf's big enough, so hopefully that will work. And now just to put the top on. that's totally covered. I haven't got this far before. Obviously I'll put it together and took it apart, put it together, took it apart. So this is, I've never actually put this on because I hadn't got this bit here. And even though we've only got this doorway, open to any light, it's remarkably bright in there. So let's put the light on. We may get a flickering, but I know your patience, you don't mind a little bit. I can see it flickering, but whether you can or not, I'm not sure. But what I can see on the front of the camera doesn't give the justice of how much light's actually in here. So for the door, and because we've got shorter space, excuse me, so we'll have another board covered in foil, and for simplicity it's going to slide into that gap there. And then I may put some netting on, but something that will be fairly easy to remove. Maybe staple it to that and just drop it over for the ventilation, but I can't see why I can't just let the air come out. Perhaps you'd tell me, do I really need the netting on, or will the ventilation, do we have to worry about things getting in? We ain't going to stop them. So if I need to get in there, have a look. It's quite simple. Move it out of the way. And with the floor being, we've got the pallets on the floor in the middle, I'll be able to go a little stroll up, just move the heater out of the way and do anything I need to any, or if whatever plants I've got in there. So really pleased with that. I'm one board short, but I'll get that and I can get that covered, and that'll basically be it. And just in case, I do need a little fan in there just to circulate any of the air. I've got this little fan that I bought for the office that plugs into the computer, and a skip find, cigarette lighter connection. Did buy that, and the crocodile, well, the clips that go onto the battery, that's the battery from the allotment that's charged up with a solar heater, solar panel. Come on, get a grip. Not sure how long that'll last, but I have got a bigger battery up the allotment that I could perhaps use up here, depending on how long it lasts. Another thank you to Mike Herdis, who sent me this elephant garlic, and I'm looking forward to preparing the ground and getting these into cell trays, etc. So this could be one of the first things that I'll get going for 2019. So it comes down to cost. The heater, gifted. The battery, the fan, reused. The foil, I estimate I've used 24 of these foil blankets, and I bought one lot for £8.50, and the rest were postage and package. So let's call that £12 for the actual blankets, for the little bit that I did have to put towards that covered the post and packaging on the site when the wife was buying something. Pallets, they cost nothing. The lighting at the moment, nothing. The number of pallets used was about 12, but the pallets need to be the ones that are flush like that and like that, so you've got plenty to screw into. and it's roughly like these, where you've got the pallet wood on each side exactly opposite, and it's so easy to build different structures. Actually, in the grow room I did pay £120 for that, and those, I can't quite remember now, but they're £5 or £6. Everything else was bought to reuse, and I believe I built this last time for £10 or £12, but everything in here is recycled. And eventually, as pennies become more apparent, I'll get myself another one of these, but £120 to me is quite a lot when I try and garden really on the cheap. So just as a quick guesstimate, I think I've spent £150 over the last 12 months, from when I built the grow room at the beginning of this year, this actual grow room inside the garage, to moving it outside. And realistically, the only money spent was on the foil, which was recommended by 3 people, so thank you to them. Thank you very much for all the lovely comments. Unfortunately, this has had to be taken up with logs, so I can't really do a great deal other than build the potting up bit here. But yeah, I've got other things to do. But basically, this is the last part now. The next time you'll see us here is with things growing or starting to seedlings off. No room to film. But really pleased with this. And as always try and think of things to recycle. It's really satisfying. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now.